Hello, my name is Khadijah Hart, Program Coordinator for the Healthy Communities Project. We have a community wellness program. We feature the Walk with the Doc program, and so we have a doctor that comes out every Sunday. They'll do a 10-minute talk about a topic of interest as it relates to health and wellness. We'll go through a mindfulness activity. After that, we'll be led on a walk around the lake where we'll stop and meet one of our community partners, and we'll conclude with a community connection segment. And we distribute produce boxes, we have literature. We just really want to improve the health disparities that are within the surrounding communities. Health inequity is real. We have higher cancer rates, there's diabetes, there's all kinds of comorbidities that are happening in our communities. And we as a people, we know that we need to get healthy. And so what we're trying to do is figure out what is the best way to do that. But this program is phenomenal and transformed so many people. People have lost weight, they're eating better. We're really just excited to be able to offer these things to the community.
My name is Atia Wells. I'm the founder and executive director of Backyard Base Camp. Our mission is to reconnect Black, indigenous, and people of color to land and nature. So I'm a pediatric nurse by trade, and one thing that I found is that Black communities specifically are suffering from diet-related illnesses, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to start the farm. Bliss Meadows is where we are now, our 10-acre land reclamation project in Northeast Baltimore. We grow vegetables. We also have an orchard where we'll be growing some fruit. We keep chickens, we have goats, we have sheep, we keep bees. The project was started to fight food apartheid and provide healthy food access for our community, as well as provide community green space, because our neighborhood, Frankfurt, which is the largest neighborhood in Baltimore City, we have over 30,000 residents in this neighborhood alone. There's no access to green space. The park behind you is actually a 7-acre abandoned city park that nobody has taken care of until about 4 years ago when we started taking care of it. And then we also own the vacant building behind me that we're going to be renovating into a community center so that we can teach people not only how to grow and harvest food, but also how to cook it and how to live healthier lives closer to nature and be self-sustainable in that way.
Hello, I'm Laquita Chansey, the founder and director of Small to More Homes, and I'm here to eradicate homelessness. We build micro shelters and tiny homes for folks who are unhoused right here in Baltimore. Homelessness is a huge issue. The lack of jobs and transportation, there's a lot of different things that contribute. 3,000 people sleep on the street every night. So the idea is that these micro shelters can replace tents that we see around the city. With the micro shelters, you can lock them, you can keep your things safe, protected from the elements. In addition to that, we think about renewable energy and including solar panels and batteries and things of that nature so that you can have a fulfilled life. When I started this initiative, I knew that it would take me 7 to 10 years to create a tiny home village. So in the meantime, we're space making, we're building with volunteers, we're creating community. Whether it's a wellness walk, whether it's a garden shed or a food pantry, we're there to orchestrate those conversations and figure out how to make these things better for the people that we're working with.
So I'm Jonathan Moore, founder and CEO of Rowdy Orbit, and we're focused on building hyperlocal economics in order to drive community sovereignty. So earlier on, we were training people with criminal backgrounds to learn code. And we found that not a lot of people weren't going to hire Jermaine and Tawana. The problem became, how do we get community to hire their own, on their own terms? And taking it out of a system and putting it in the hands of the people. There's a gap throughout Baltimore City. Gap was broadband, and it was internet access. We knew the neighborhoods where we didn't have access to the internet at all. We said, all right, well then, how do we put something in place where people can not making a decision, do I eat or do I have internet? How do we get high-speed internet for damn near nothing to people? And so what we're doing is just hiring and training up local residents and tapping into that, rather than parents shooting in and saying, we're gonna put our Wi-Fi here. We work with community and the assets stay in the neighborhood, the economics circulate, and people can work where they live. I'd say we were servicing close to 5,500 people a month. It's important on so many different levels. One, it gives people hope. There's a resource that's coming to my neighborhood that I can partake in it. And instead of me going to it, it's coming to me. I never knew what servant leadership was until I went to Bunting Neighborhood Leadership Program. And once I started to understand this thing about servant leader and community organizing, it was kind of like, this is actually pretty cool.
Bunting has really helped increase my sister circle. I'm around some really powerful, amazing Black women, and we are all creative and innovative in our own right. And being able to come together strategically to be very intentional about the work has been something that Bunting has helped to foster.
I never knew that I could do this until Bunting gave me the confidence, so it actually changed me as a person. I went from being this person over here to being something completely different that I had no idea. And that's the cool part. And so I feel like I'm living a second life.